I'm so pleased to be here for the first time at the CFI event as your Prime Minister. As you know, I am a huge Zionist.
I'm Megan McCain and I'm a Zionist.
You don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist, and I'm a Zionist.
Baby, I'm more reptilian and cold-blooded.
You know, I used to say early on when I was a kid, I'd say, when I was a young senator, I'd say, if I were a Jew, I'd be a Zionist. I am a Zionist. You don't have to be a Jew.
I am not Jewish.
And so I learned a long time ago, you don't have to be a Jew to be a Zionist. I'm a Zionist.
Zionism is not a dirty word.
Zionism is some kind of dirty word. It is anti-Semitism being anti-Zionist, and I'm not scared to say that in front of all of you.
What it means to say to that oppressed group, the Palestinian people, to say to them that you're either a Zionist, you either subscribe to the ideology of your oppressor, or you're a racist. What kind of choice is that?
To equate Zionism with racism is to reject Israel itself.
It is the best $3 billion investment we make. Were there not an Israel, the United States of America would have to invent an Israel to protect her interest in the region. The United States would have to go out and invent an Israel.
No one in Canada should ever be afraid to proudly call themselves a Zionist.
So from a proud Jewish Zionist to a proud Irish-American Zionist.
Jew, as an independent Jewish state, is just unshakable.
And basically the selling point was a real one, turns out to be true, that Israel could serve as a world laboratory for herd immunity or something approaching herd immunity very quickly.
The European Ombudsman has accused the President of the European Commission of maladministration and a lack of transparency. In a recent New York Times interview, President von der Leyen said she exchanged text messages with Pfizer CEO Albert Bourla about the procurement of COVID-19 vaccines. When those text messages were requested by another journalist as part of freedom of information, the Commission failed to publish them.
I actually was on the phone with the president with the CEO of Pfizer, Albert Bourla. I think at 2 o'clock in the morning, he put his legal advisor on, I put our legal advisor on, and we crashed it.
You don't have to be a lawyer to see that it's simply an inaccurate interpretation, that it's simply not in line with the law.
We must not and will not ignore the darkening shadows of the situations in Gaza, in Lebanon, in Syria, and in Iran, and the forces there that are working to derail the hopes of the world.
So I came back to see him a few weeks later, and by that time we were bombing in Afghanistan. I said, are we still going to war with Iraq? And he said, oh, it's worse than that. He said, he reached over on his desk, he picked up a piece of paper, and he said, I just got this down from upstairs, meaning the Secretary of Defense's office today, and he said, this is a memo that describes how we're going to take out 7 countries in 5 years, starting with Iraq and then Syria, Lebanon, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and finishing off Iran. I said, is it classified? He said, yes, sir. I said, well, don't show it to me.
Give peace a chance.
It fooled me, we can't get fooled again.